This course contains audio elements. To start searching a chemical, enter paint thinner in the product name/synonym search field and click search icon. To start searching a chemical, enter paint thinner in the product name/synonym search field and click search icon. Now, click the In-Chem Alert Library drop-down button. Click the In-Stock Register option. Please note that Stock Register is specific to Westrac. The search results display product details, including manufacturer, color-coded risk level, and stock status at Westrac. Here, green indicates low risk, amber means medium risk requiring assessment, and red signifies high risk needing assessment. The stock status shows whether the chemical is approved for use. Also, modules indicate if a risk assessment exists and if it's in Westrac's stock register. Please note that the stock register includes all chemicals used by Westrac, so approval for a specific site may differ. Click the three dots at the end to view menu. Click the Product Reports button from the list of icons. Now, click the Full Research Report File button. To include additional research data, tick the checkbox. Click the View/Print button. Click the Click Here to download it link. To open the full PDF report, click Open button. If you wish to print the document, then click the Print button. Select your printer from the list of available printers. From the bottom right of the dialog box, click the Print button. Please note, now, you will watch a video on how to search a chemical within a stock holding, from the main screen. Click the Stock button.
Select the Westrac Institute WA folder. Select the tool store location. The inventory page displays all chemicals stored at the selected location. Scroll down the page to search for the product/chemical. Note, there is no search functionality available on this page. Click the Home button. The next section of this simulation demonstrates how to search within a specific stock inventory. Enter bleach in the product name/synonym search field. Click the In-Chem Alert Library drop-down button. Select the In-Stock Inventory option. Click the All Locations drop-down button. Select the Westrac Institute WA checkbox. Click the Save button. The search results screen display the product within the selected location. You can print the SDS label from within this screen if required. To clear the search, click the Westrac Institute WA drop-down button.
Deselect the Westrac Institute WA checkbox.
Click the Save button. The specific search location has been cleared. Click anywhere on the cat paint and primer thinner line item. Click anywhere on the cat paint and primer thinner line item. Click the Reports/Labels drop-down button. Select the Labels lab. Click the 45/page, 3 by 15 58 mm by 17.8 mm tile.
Click the Label Size drop-down button.
Click the 16/page, 2 by 8 option. Click the View/Print button. Click the Click Here to download its link. Click the Open button. Click the Print button. If required, select the appropriate printer. Click the Print button. Click the Close button. Click the Close button.
few months ago here at our Council Leisure Centre, we had an explosion. The explosion was due to the fact that a contractor who supplies us with our mixing buckets didn't wash the bucket out prior to giving it to us. So when we mixed chemicals in the bucket, a reaction occurred, causing the explosion. Luckily, there were no injuries, but by making a few small changes after applying the hierarchy of controls to our chemical handling process, we've been able to make sure that that never happens again.
Chemicals are essential in many of our everyday work and manufacturing processes. If they are not managed effectively, chemicals can impact on the health and safety of workers, the general public and the environment. Businesses are required to minimise risks to health and safety by applying the hierarchy of controls. This is a ranking of control measures used to protect workers from risks to health and safety. We need to choose controls based on this ranking and whether they are practical for the job or task. In practice, using a combination of controls often brings the best results. We also need to manage any hazardous products and byproducts of our processes. Workers must be provided with appropriate training in the risks of the chemicals they are using, how these risks are managed, and how to use controls. Level 1. Eliminate. The best way to eliminate the risks of a hazardous chemical is to avoid using it altogether.
A council in Victoria found that using a scraper to remove graffiti off glass was just as effective as using a chemical and safer for their employees.
However, we use chemicals for specific reasons, so this often isn't possible. But what we could do is eliminate a worker handling activity. For example, buying pre-mixed chemicals instead of hand mixing them. Level 2. Substitute, isolate or engineer. Where we can't eliminate a chemical from a work process, there are other approaches that we can use to minimise the risks. Substitution.
With advances in paint technology, I now find I can use water-based paints for so much more than I could before. And I feel so much better for it.
We can substitute a chemical with a less hazardous one, or use a chemical in a form that reduces the chances of exposure, like using a paste instead of a powder.
Using hot water instead of cold water to help remove graffiti can reduce the amount of chemicals required.
We need to remember that substitutions can introduce new risks which need to be managed. Isolate. Secondly, we can isolate processes from workers. For example, by fully enclosing or automating a process to avoid operator exposure. We can also separate incompatible chemicals. Chemicals can be separated by using barriers or distance. Information about a chemical's incompatibilities can be found in its safety data sheet. Engineering. Thirdly, we can use engineering controls, for example, bunding and ventilation systems. To make sure the controls are effective, we need to provide proper training and supervision for workers and maintain our equipment. The approaches we have just described are known as higher level controls and should always be considered first and used if possible. We will often need to supplement these with lower level controls. These are administrative actions and personal protective equipment. Examples of administrative actions that can be used are limiting access to areas containing hazardous chemicals and safety signs.
It is important to develop safe work procedures or standard operating procedures for your workers and provide training that is specific for the chemicals being used. Procedures should talk through the controls to be used and developed using safety data sheets and other relevant information.
Personal protective equipment. There are many different types of PPE, but we should only use what is appropriate for the job. Remember to review the safety data sheet when choosing PPE and not rely solely on it to protect workers. PPE is intended to be used to supplement other control measures and when there are no other practical alternatives, like in emergencies or managing spills. It is important to provide training in how to correctly use and wear PPE. So, in summary, we need to manage all health and safety risks of workplace chemicals using the hierarchy of controls. We should use higher level controls where possible and consider using a combination of controls for the greatest protection. To make sure our controls are effective, we need to ensure our engineering controls are maintained and provide appropriate training and supervision for workers. By remembering the different levels of hierarchy of controls, applying them and monitoring their effectiveness, we can minimise chemical health and safety risks in the workplace.
Section title. Section summary text. What will this section cover? Congratulations! You have reached the end of this e-learning course. Please exit the course to complete the training.